Alright, so this is a totally cool trick that you're going to like. It's a way of graphing linear equations using just the x-intercepts and y-intercepts. So, um, no, the x-intercept is not a kind of flying dinosaur as Mathceratops is claiming down here. Ha ha ha. It's actually, what it means is where the line crosses or intercepts the x-axis. Where'd that go? Yeah. And it's the same thing, like y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis right there. So, yeah, the cool thing is with lines, all you need to draw a line is 2 points. You can always connect 2 points with a line. So, maybe a point there and a point there, and I could, once I have 2 points, I can connect them to a line. Ignore that little side thing there. That's not supposed to be there. So, what I'm doing is, with this trick, you actually use 2 special points on the line, and that's the x-intercept, the point at which the line crosses the x-axis. So, for example, in this line, right here would be the x-intercept because that's where this line is crossing through the x-axis. And the other special point you use to make the line is the y-intercept, so where the point at which it crosses through or intercepts the y-axis. So for this line that I have here, it'd be right there. So what you do is use the fact that for the x-intercept, what is the value of y? So for example, alright, let me get this guy out of the way actually. Okay, so at the x-intercept of this line, where am I? What's the value of y? Well, it is 0. So at the x-intercept, the value of y is 0. And at the y-intercept, the value of x is, here's the y-intercept. What's the value of x here? That's 0. So what you can do is you can plug in 0 for x and y to figure out where these intercepts are. So let's try a couple. Let's look at this y equals x plus 7. Y equals x plus 7. So let's find the x-intercept first. I'm just gonna write x int for x-intercept. So at the x-intercept, the value of y is 0. So I can plug in 0 for y in this equation and solve for x, and that's the value of x at the x-intercept. So I plug in 0 for y, so this equation becomes 0 equals x plus 7. So to solve that, I just subtract 7 to get it away from the x. Minus 7, I have to do that to both sides. So then I have, the result is x equals negative 7. So when y is 0, then x is negative 7. So my x-intercept would be at negative 7. So actually, let me switch colors so that we can see this line. So I don't know, let's do green. So this is going to be green. So find the point negative 7. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. That's the point negative 7. That's the x-intercept. Now, what about the y-intercept? Well, what are we going to make 0? Well, at the y-intercept, x is 0. So all we need to do is plug in 0 for x this time and figure out the value of y when x is 0. So we got y equals 0 plus 7, which means y is equal to 7. So when x is 0, then y is 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's the y-intercept. Now that I've got 2 points, I can just connect them, and I've got my line. Boom. And that line goes on forever in both directions here. Let's try another one. Let's try this y equals 3x minus 3. And this time, actually, let me switch colors and keep these straight. I don't know, let's do Okay, so let's find the x-intercept first. So at the x-intercept, which is where it crosses through the x-axis, y is going to be 0. Okay, so we just make y into 0. Y equals 3x minus 2. Oh, that looks like a 3. 2. And solve for x. So let's get this negative 2 out of here. Oops, plus 2. Actually, let me clean this up. Alright, so cleared out some space for us here. So y equals 3x minus 2. And at the x-intercept, the y value will be 0. That's what makes it cross through the x-axis, wherever it's going to cross through. So we just set the y value to 0 and see what x is at that point. Okay, so we add 2 to both sides. We want to isolate x, so now we've got 2 equals 3x divided by 3 to get rid of that to make x by itself. Oops. So x equals 2/3. Sorry, I kind of wish it was a whole number for you, but so x is 2/3. So let's actually, you know what? Let's just deal with it. Okay, so if this is 1, 2/3 should be about there. So that'll be our x-intercept. Okay, now let's find our y-intercept. So that's where the line crosses through the y-axis. And when it does that, the value of x will be 0. So we just plug in 0 for x and find out what y is. So our equation is y equals 3x minus 2. So I'm going to plug in 0 for x. So y equals 3 times 0 minus 2. 3 times 0 is 0. So so this goes away. Y equals negative 2. So y equals negative 2. Be here 1, 2. Right there. That's our y-intercept. Now we've got our 2 points. We can form a line. So let me see if I can draw this straight. It looks something like that. You can draw it better than that. Yeah, something like that. So why don't you try this? So when it crosses the x-axis, the y is 0. So plug in 0 for y. And when it crosses the y-axis, x equals 0. So plug in 0 for x and find out what y is.